So, welcome to another spooky, fun story in our audio heads podcast collection, and this one's called Canterville Ghost. And Canterville Ghost is it's a fairly short piece, but it's got some amazing characters and some fun. It's a fun story. It's sort of like the house is possessed or something like that. Anyway, and you don't want to get rid of the ghost because of the problems that brings up. Anyway, it's yeah, and it stars our one of our favorites here, Colin Baker. And with me, I've got Lee, and we had to listen to it together, and just want to know what you thought of this Canterville Ghost. Oh, it was strongly suggested by a member who we would love to have back whenever he wants to come back. Tim Wells from Texas. He's just been dealing with some health stuff, so he's not been on our thing. But this came like highly recommended, and he was with joy, just distributing this around. Anyway, go ahead, Lee.
Well, this is by the production company Bleak December, which is fairly new to me because we always seem to do the BBC productions or the Big Finish productions.
Yep.
But Bleak December, quite a good production.
Yeah.
It is a very short piece. I mean, I remember the Canterville Ghost movies back from the 40s with Charles Lawton, and then a couple of TV movies in the 90s, Patrick Stewart.
Oh yeah, I saw something about that. Go on.
I was quite surprised how short this was when I was comparing it to watching the movies, which were maybe 90 minutes long. So there must have been a lot of padding in the movies. Because this is based on the short story by Oscar Wilde, of course. It was enjoyable. Colin Baker being a delightful upset ghost when this American family buy the house and move in. Tries to scare them off, but the family just not really frightened of him and take him as there he is. I'll go and talk to him and
I make a deal with him.
Yeah, can you quieten it down a bit? It's a quaint little story. Was it about 40 minutes long?
Yeah, in there, yeah.
For me personally, I could have done with it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you I'm enjoying this, and it finishes. But for what we get, it is an enjoyable piece of drama. It's atmospheric, it's funny, the acting in it is brilliant.
It's really funny. You're right.
Well, Oscar Wilde did a lot of this in his writings. He put the element of comedy in most of the things he did. The importance of being earnest and stuff like that. And
oh yeah, that's right.
So yeah, it was a nice little listen. So hopefully at some point I'll check out more Bleak December productions.
Yep.
So I can put them up there with as you say, Big Finish, BBC, and what's the other one we usually do?
Big Finish?
No. The
Scarefires?
Yeah, who does them?
Oh boy, I can't remember who it is.
It'll come to me.
Yeah.
But that's my opening thing on this, Susan.
Yeah, I
that-
liked the fact that the house was like the house was haunted, and the house was like the these ghosts were this ghost was like, I'm perfectly willing to attach myself to any of you. And then he was like, especially with the new owners like being Americans and not being scared of ghosts and nothing, that was funny because in their lack of fear or whatever, they kind of left themselves open for manipulation and stuff. Like, and it was so funny. Oh my gosh, like the new homeowner, the new laird or whatever was like, your chains, you should just use one of our products to get rid of all the rust and the clankiness of them. We encourage you to use this product. And it was all about the sales and stuff. It was a quintessential American.
yeah.
It was very much like a traveling salesman and his family and stuff. And
I've just remembered Bafflegab.
yes, thanks. Quite
Yeah,
right.
theatre company.
Quite right.
Yes.
Bafflegab is another excellent
Yeah.
audio production house. You're quite right. Yeah. And I think this one was done by this Bleak December group. Uh, as a never mind that. I don't know where I was going with that thought, but the other thing was that I mean, the kids in this were great. I mean, they sounded great, and then the mother and father were, straight out of Ohio or Chicago area. They had that kind of accent, and then there was like this whole you know Colin Baker was just eating the scenery. It was so great, like especially when he's talking to the mother, and she and her let's just go make a sandwich and stuff like that. That was funny. And yeah, the fact that he oh, and and the artwork, the cover artwork has a beautiful mansard roof on it. So there's another, beautiful, beautiful thing. Yeah. So that those are my some of my favorite moments. What about you? What were your favorite moments, Lee?
Um, I do like the near the end where he asks to be buried so he could rest, because there's his bones sat in the chair in his little hideaway room where Edgar the Raven. Now
Raven.
Edgar the Raven was another character what stole every scene it was in.
Yeah.
Took the kid there to meet the ghost.
And kept saying his name over and over again.
Yeah. So that was a good scene where they buried him, put him to rest somewhere nice where he could. And then the is that him? We'll never see him again or hear from him again. And then right at the end there, he's laughing. So.
And they sounded so sad when they said that.
Yeah.
When he was, as they're dispatching him it sounded like they were sad because they actually liked him a lot.
Because he wasn't a bad ghost.
Yeah.
He was just
And
he was a
and
bit.
and the wife was like, he's it's not that he destroyed anything, he just messed up my kitchen. I have to go
No,
clean it up again.
yeah,
That was,
because he wasn't happy with people moving into his house.
nope.
And say Colin Baker, the he just gets the script. He puts his heart and soul into whatever he does, and this one, you could just picture him,
Yep.
rattling his chains, moaning and wailing, and like he was doing. It was. He's a very underrated actor.
Mm-hmm. And he
Um,
in his humor. I
oh
mean,
yeah, yeah,
that's one of the great things about Colin Baker is that he added humor to things to lighten the mood, even in some of the darker things that he's done. You know.
yeah. As I said, though, he's very underrated and very underused actor. It's a shame, but what he's given us over the years, you've got to love. Um, yeah, because as I say, he just puts his heart and soul into anything he does. So yeah, and this was just right. I would say a 45 minute piece with him in his element. But I just wish it was a little bit longer, just a bit more Colin. So
Yep.
yeah, that's my little bit on the Canterville Ghost.
Yeah. So so what would you give this out of 10?
Uh, just because how short it was doesn't take away it's an enjoyable piece. So I'm going to give this 9 squawking Edgars out of 10.
Yeah, that's great. That Raven was funny. Well trained, actually.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, quite intellectually astute there.
very talkative.
Very talkative. That was great. He knew how to, lead people. He was good Raven, fun Raven. Anyway, and the Edgar named after Edgar Allan Poe, fun.
Yeah,
And I don't know if the Canterville Ghost was written by Poe or it was written by Oscar Wilde.
Oscar Wilde. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, that was great. Perhaps they were, you know, uh, contemporaneous of one another, whatever the word is.
Oh, I don't know about. I don't know if one was before one or.
Yeah. Anyway, there was a lot of there was a lot of greatness to the story and um, to the acting. So uh, I'll give this 9.5 rattly chains uh, out of 10. And strongly suggest, as Lee was just hinting to anybody who is out there who is making audio dramas, please, and video dramas, please employ Colin Baker, and not just for I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. He is a really class actor, so class. Yep. Anyway, please join us again in a fortnight. We're not sure what we're doing yet. We haven't discussed it, but we would like you to come back to listen to our audio reviews, and we'd like to thank Texas Tim for the wonderful idea of reviewing this, and we'll follow through with finding more stuff on this done by this other group, this Bleak December. And thanks, Lee, for joining me. You can find Lee on Instagram, and that's where you find out what we're doing. Or you can find us in our Facebook group, or you can find us in our Twitter feed. The Twitter feed is manned by Lee, and so just tweet at him. I'd like to join. All you got to do is have a camera, a microphone, a device that uses them, and an access to Zoom, because that's what we use. And then the other thing is go ahead.
Nothing? No?
Oh, no, okay. Sorry, I thought you were going to say something. Anyway, and don't mind me, I'm just getting a little foggy in the brain most of the time these days. Anyway, it's just like a thing.
Getting. You're already there.
All right, getting. I'm already there. That's right. And I'd like to invite you to just like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. And when you do, hit the bell notification button, and we will set you a dinger of a ringer dinger of a review for you to watch every so often. Well, it's about twice a week now, and we have good stuff, and we're doing strange and wonderful things. To this week, we discovered that Heavy Metal, the animation series, had Colin Baker, Colin Baker, as one of the visual artists. So you just see him everywhere. You see his name everywhere, and you're like, yay! Even if it isn't really him, but it's just good to, anyway. So thanks for watching. Thanks, Lee, for reviewing. See you soon.